To the wire elected with Robbie Rankin. Holds on gamely here. Bobbo right there on the wire with him, but it's going to be elected tightly in 1:59 3, a photograph all the way around. And now back to Stan Bergstein.
Young Robbie Rankin, one of the upcoming drivers here at Roosevelt Raceway, wins another 1A elected, owned by M. Berlin, Esper, and Robbie Rankin, and trained by Robbie. It's his 5th victory of the year for elected, and he pays $11.80, $4.60, and $3.20. 4D Bobbo, $3.60, $3.40. 5E Ned Blue Chip, $3.20 to show, and the exacta of 1 and 4, A and D, $56.20. Tonight's late daily double of 1 and 1. A&A, Briscare, and elected pays $55.40, and that completes tonight's OTB pick 4. B-A-A-A, $9,520. The New York City Off-Track Betting Corporation, in association with Yonkers Raceway, the home of the Triple Crown, presents Racing from Yonkers. Tonight, we'll bring you the early daily double. We'll have all the action of the 3rd race, Big Triple. And we will show you some of the nation's top fillies and mares in action in the Rosie O'Grady, the 5th race, open pace for fillies and mares.
Ball 3C Plunkett with Jerry Sarama. 4D Quarterback with Rene Poulin. Number 5 OTB letter E is H.H. Lancer. Carmine Abatello the driver. 6F is Compete with Rajan Dagneau. 7G Happy Coldstream. Lucien Fontaine the driver. And number 8 OTB letter H Strong Walter with Michelle Lachance. They're up behind the gate. We're set to get the call from the bullet, Bob Meyer, and...
They're off. Plunkett tries for the lead. Compete towards the outside. 2nd. Quarterback in between horses 3rd. Sandpiper Hanover on the rail 4th. Banjo Hanover 5th. H.H. Lancer 6th. Happy Coldstream 7th. Strong Walter is 8th. Around the turn down the backstretch. Sandpiper Hanover in front by a length. Quarterback the outside 2nd. Plunkett 3rd. Gap of 3 lengths. Banjo Hanover 4th. Length and a half back to H.H. Lancer 5th. Compete 6th. Happy Coldstream 7th. 2 lengths back to Strong Walter, trailing the field 8th. Quarter time is 29 2. At the paddock turn the first time, Sandpiper Hanover in front by a length. Quarterback is dropped in 2nd. Plunkett 3rd. Banjo Hanover 4th. 2 lengths back to H.H. Lancer 5th. Compete on the rail 6th. Happy Coldstream 7th. And Strong Walter trails the field 8th. As they come by the stands the first time, Sandpiper Hanover on top by a length. Quarterback 2nd. Plunkett 3rd. H.H. Lancer moving on the outside 4th. Banjo Hanover swings to the outside 5th. Compete on the rail 6th. Halftime is 101 flat. Around the clubhouse turn the second time, Sandpiper Hanover maintains a length advantage. Quarterback on the rail 2nd. H.H. Lancer up on the rim 3rd. Plunkett along the inside 4th. Banjo Hanover alongside 5th. Compete on the rail 6th. Happy Coldstream the outside 7th. And Strong Walter is 8th. Down the backstretch, Sandpiper Hanover maintaining a length advantage. H.H. Lancer on the outside, a closest 2nd. Quarterback on the rail 3rd. Banjo Hanover up on the outside 4th. Plunkett along the rail 5th. 3/4, 1:31 3. Around the far turn, Sandpiper Hanover leads by 3 parts of a length. H.H. Lancer the outside 2nd. Quarterback looks for Racing Maloney inside 3rd. Plunkett on the rail 4th. Banjo Hanover swings 3 wide on the outside 5th. They come to the top of the stretch. Sandpiper Hanover in front by a length and a half. Quarterback 2nd. H.H. Lancer 3rd. Plunkett 4th. Through the stretch, Sandpiper Hanover, quarterback coming at him. Sandpiper Hanover and quarterback. Sandpiper Hanover, quarterback coming on. Here's the finish. 4D, quarterback just does get up by a neck at the wire. 1A, Sandpiper Hanover finishing 2nd. And 3C, Plunkett was 3rd. Now let's get the official prices from Stan Bergstein.
Quarterback, the winner, number 4, letter D, owned by Michael Realmuto and Andre Campanella of New York, trained by John Cameron and driven by Rene Poulin, wins it and pays $8, $3.60 and $3.20. 1A Sandpiper Hanover, $2.80, $2.40, spoiling what would have been a great hunch exacta had there been an exacta, with Plunkett 3rd after quarterback wins it. 3C Plunkett pays $3.20 to show. That mile was in 2:01 1. The action's underway, and the second race, second half of the early daily double.
4D Quarterback taking the first race, combined with 1A Jules Hanover, Rajon Dagneau, 1:16.40 the return. 2B Brett Boy Osborne, Jerry McDonald, 53.80. 3C Sir C.C. Butchdoki, 1:26.40. With 4D Bayou Almahurst and Michelle Achance, 17.20. 5E Robbie's Fella, Buddy Gilmore, $60.20. 6F Ned Blue Chip and Del Insco, $240.40. With number 7 OTB letter G Wavor and Bill O'Donnell, $484.80. And 8H Brawley with John Copus, $321 even. Up behind the gate, we'll get the call of tonight's second race from Bob Meyer.
They're off. Jules Hanover on the inside tries for the lead. Brett Boy Osborne alongside second. Sir C.C. third. Broly the far outside fourth. Bayou Almahurst fifth. Robbie's Fellow sixth. Ned Blue Chip seventh. And Wavor trails the field eighth. Around the turn down the backstretch, Jules Hanover leads by half length. Broly the outside second at challenge. Brett Boy Osborne on the rail third. Straightening out down the backstretch, Broly on the outside gets the lead by a length. Jules Hanover back to second. Brett Boy Osborne third. Sir C.C. fourth. Bayou Almahurst fifth. Quarter time is 29-4. At the paddock turn the first time, Broly in front by a length and a half. Jules Hanover second. Brett Boy Osborne third. Sir C.C. moves to the outside fourth. Bayou Almahurst right with him fifth. Robbie's Fella on the rail sixth. Wavor the outside seventh. Ned Blue Chip trails the field eighth. As they come by the stands the first time, Broly has the lead. Jules Hanover alongside a challenge and get the lead. Coming to the half-mile pole, Jules Hanover in front by a length. Brett Boy Osborne on the rim second. Broly alone inside third. Halftime is 1 minute flat. Around the clubhouse turn the second time, Jules Hanover on top by a length. Brett Boy Osborne on the rim second. Broly alone inside third. Sir C.C. the outside fourth. Robbie's Fella on the rail fifth. Bayou Almahurst the outside sixth. Ned Blue Chip on the rail seventh, and Wavor is eighth. Down the backstretch, Jules Hanover leads by a half length. Brett Boy Osborne alongside second. Sir C.C. on the rim third. Broly alone inside fourth. Bayou Almahurst the far outside fifth. 3/4, 1:30-1. Around the far turn, Jules Hanover in front by a length. Brett Boy Osborne the outside second. Bayou Almahurst the far outside third. Sir C.C. alone inside fourth. Robbie's Fella in between horses fifth. Broly on the rail sixth. Taking towards the top of the stretch, Jules Hanover in front by a length. Sir C.C. second. Bayou Almahurst the far outside. That's Jules Hanover with Sir C.C. Jules Hanover, Sir C.C. and Bayou Almahurst on the outside. Coming on. Here's the finish. 4D Bayou Almahurst closing on the far outside. Just does get up at the wire. We'll wait on the photo for the place and show spots. Now let's get the official prices from Stan Bergstein.
Dream Air Farm went out to Chicago and bought this 3-year-old colt. He had won in 157 over the 5/8 at Sportsman, and he shows his class here tonight. 3 wide and breezing home in 340, 280, 260 payoffs as number 4 letter D. Trained by Vinny Origema and driven by Michelle Lachance. He's now owned by the Dream Air Farms, Lachance, the Denham Stables, and the KLR Stables. In that photo for place, 3C Sir CC was second, $584. 1A Jules Hanover, $440 to show. The Quinella 4 and 3, D and C, or 3 and 4, C and D, $25. And the Daily Double, a 4 and 4, quarterback and Bayou Almahurst, DD, $17.20. We'll be back with the third race, Big Triple, here at Yonkers Raceway right after here. 2B Dylan Foyle, 3C is Trustmaker, and 4D is Templar. 5E Jolly Norm Ravona, 6 letter F is Blizzard Almahurst, 7G Gamblers 4, and 8H is Racing Fulla. They're in behind the starting gate, which picks up speed. The Big Triple on the third race. Bob Meyer is behind the mic, and here is the call as Bob gives you the action of the third race triple.
They're off. Lobell on the inside tries for the lead. Dylan Foyle alongside second. Jolly Norm Ravona towards the outside third. Gamblers 4, the far outside fourth. Trustmaker on the rail fifth. Templar on the inside sixth. Blizzard Almahurst seventh. Racing Fuller's eighth. Around the turn down the backstretch, Dylan Foyle in between horses with the lead. Jolly Norm Ravona the far outside second. Newt Lobell on the rail third. Gap of a length and a half. Trustmaker fourth. Length and a half back to Gamblers 4 fifth. Quarter time is 29 seconds flat. At the paddock turn the first time, Jolly Norm Ravona takes over the lead by a length and a half. Dylan Foyle second. Newt Lobell third. Gap of 2 lengths. Trustmaker fourth. Gamblers 4 fifth. 2 lengths back to Templar on the rail sixth. Blizzard Almahurst the outside seventh. Racing Fuller trails the field eighth. As they come by the stands the first time, Dylan Foyle up on the outside to take over the lead. Jolly Norm Ravona second. Newt Lobell swings to the outside third. Trustmaker right with him fourth. Gamblers 4 on the rim fifth. Halftime is 59-1. Around the clubhouse turn the second time. Dylan Foyle on top by a length and a half. Jolly Norm Ravona on the rail second. Newt Lobell the outside third. Trustmaker up on the rim fourth. Gamblers 4 fifth. Blizzard Almahurst sixth. Racing Full of the outside seventh. And Templar is eighth. Down the backstretch, Dylan Foyle in front by a length and a half. Newt Lobell the outside second. Jolly Norm Ravona on the rail third. Trustmaker 3 wide on the outside fourth. Gamblers 4 the far outside fifth. 3/4, 1:29-3. Around the far turn, Dylan Foyle on the inside. Trustmaker the far outside to challenge. Newt Lobell in between them third. Gamblers 4 the extreme outside fourth. Jolly Norm Ravona on the rail fifth. Blizzard Almahurst sixth. They come to the top of the stretch. Dylan Foyle on the inside still has the lead. Trustmaker the outside second. Newt Lobell on the rail third. Through the stretch, Dylan Foyle with Trustmaker and Gamblers 4. Trustmaker and Gamblers 4. Trustmaker and Gamblers 4. Their heads apart. Here's a finish very, very tight. We'll have to wait for the photo on this one between 3C Trustmaker on the inside and 7G Gamblers 4 on the outside. Now let's go back to the press box and Spencer Ross.
Tight in another way because the stewards came up with an inquiry to examine the possibility of possible interference in the stretch between 3C Trustmaker and 7G Gamblers 4, but the result stands. No interference. 3C Trustmaker, Butch Doki in the bike, wins it as Apple Thomas, the trainer, for Phil Valeriano and Oscar Kimmelman of Pennsylvania and Florida, as 3C Trustmaker returns $23.20, $9, $6.60, 7G Gamblers 4, second, $7.40 and $4.20. And number 2, OTB letter B, Dylan Foyle finishes third, $4.20 to show. The triple of 3, 7, and 2, C, G, and B returns $1,269 even. Time for the mile, 2 minutes and 1/5 of a second. And we'll get back with the fine fillies and mares going at it in tonight's 5th race exacta right after this.
Enterprising, Buddy Gilmore, $100,000 winner this year. 2B, Pacific Vale, Carmine Abatello. 3C, Theora Hanover with Henri Filion, $150,000. 4D, Amorous Will with Jimmy Marone. 5E, Turn the Tide has won $419 this year. $800,000 life with Bill O'Donnell. 6F is Sticks and Scones, Regine Dagnot. 7G, Lashkara, Mike Lachance. 8H, Raven Citation, Lucien Fontaine. And here is Bob.
They're off. Enterprising alone the inside tries for the lead. Sticks and Scones, the far outside second. Pacific Vale towards the inside third. Theora Hanover fourth. Amorous Will fifth. Raven Citation the outside sixth. Turn the Tide on the rail seventh. Lashkara is eighth. Enterprising is off stride. Straightening out down the backstretch. Sticks and Scones in front by 4 lengths. Pacific Vale second. Gap of 3 lengths. Theora Hanover third. Raven Citation the outside fourth. Amorous Will on the rail fifth. Turn the Tide sixth. Lashkara seventh. And Enterprising pacing eighth. Quarter time is 30 seconds flat. At the paddock turn the first time, Sticks and Scones in front by 2 lengths. Pacific Vale second. Theora Hanover third. Amorous Will on the rail fourth. Turn the Tide underway on the outside fifth. Raven Citation on the rail sixth. Lashkara on the rim seventh. And Enterprising is eighth. As they come by the stands the first time, Sticks and Scones in front by a length. Pacific Vale second. Amorous Will moving on the outside third. Turn the Tide goes right with a fourth. Theora Hanover on the rail fifth. Halftime, 1 minute, 4/5. Around the clubhouse turn the second time. Sticks and Scones in front by a length and a half. Amorous Will on the rim second. Pacific Vale on the inside third. Theora Hanover on the rail fourth. Turn the Tide alongside Citation seventh. Far back to Enterprising eighth. Down the backstretch, Sticks and Scones in front by 2 lengths. Amorous Will the outside second. Pacific Vale on the rail third. Turn the Tide moves 3 wide on the outside fourth. Theora Hanover on the rail fifth. 3/4, 1:30-2. Around the far turn, Sticks and Scones in front by 2.5 lengths. Amorous Will in between horses second. Pacific Vale on the rail third. Turn the Tide 3 wide on the outside fourth. Theora Hanover on the inside fifth. Lashkara sixth. They come to the top of the stretch. Sticks and Scones in front by 2.5 lengths. Pacific Vale second. Through the stretch, Sticks and Scones by 2.5 with Pacific Vale second. Sticks and Scones in front. Here's the finish. 6F, Sticks and Scones, an easy winner by about 2 lengths. The photo is for place and show between 3C, Theora Hanover, and 2B, Pacific Vale. Now let's go back to the press box and Stan Bergstein.
Regine Dagneau, in his first drive behind sticks and scones, fashions a major upset as this 3-year-old Bee Gees Bunny filly sends her earnings to $150,000 for the year, and as 6F wins it for the Briar Naniato and Headless Horseman Stables and River Styx Farm. Larry Summers trains. Dagneau driving 2080, 840, and $9 to show with 2B Pacific Vale 720, 480. 3C Theora Hanover closing fast 740 to show as Turn the Tide fails to fire. O'Donnell trying to steady her at the finish, and the exacta of 6 and 2 FNB $181.60 here in the fifth. Here long enough to bring this to you, but we're happy we are. Pat Crow, and consequently, you know with Pat here, that Cam fella is here too, and he has just won his 23rd straight. He is now over $1 million for the year and going for $2 million, I take it.
Yeah, that's right. We're heading for $2 million. Get enough races, we're going to go after Ramblin' Willie's record.
Well, Pat, you have gone from Edmonton back, well, you started actually in Toronto, then you went to Chicago, to Edmonton, back to the Mohawk, then back to the West Coast, and then back east. How can a horse stay this consistent with that kind of jet lag?
Well, he just, that kind of a horse. He's, you know, looks after himself good, ships good, and, you know, he's a racehorse.
Well, he hasn't looked after himself quite himself. I want to bring Peter Houck in here. He has never been beaten since he's been taking care of this horse, has he?
No, Peter's done a super job, just a great job.
Come in here a minute and tell us a little bit about taking care. Peter Houck, the caretaker. No great horse has ever not had a good caretaker, and this horse has never been beaten since Peter taken care of him. Say a few words about this horse for us.
Oh, I just think he's the best horse that there ever was right now.
What is he like in the stable? What's he like when you get him back to the barn?
Oh, he's good to work around. You have to watch him a little bit, but he's a nice, easy, relaxed horse.
In what way?
I think he likes to sleep and lays down a lot.
Take a look at him here. He's not lying down. Pat, take a look. We're going to bring you just a stretch drive here. And I think that Carl Allen, who decided that he needed to send a father instead of a son today, couldn't get the job done.
No, Cam is good. I mean, he's awesome. It's, you can see here, he just, you know, he's racing all on his own. I'm just kind of, you know, talking to a little, rocking a bit, and he's just going on.
Looks like a rerun of Blue Bonnets where you had destroyed them up there, too, and I think you put the It's Fritz legend to sleep now.
Well, I hope so. He's a fast horse. I'm not taking away from him. He's a fast horse. He's a good horse, but Cam's a great horse.
He is a great one, and I presume that you feel confident with the Horse of the Year honors in question now, and Ralph Hanover as your chief opposition. How do you feel about the vote?
Well, it'll be interesting. You know, I mean, I hope Cam wins it, but Ralph is a great 3-year-old, so it's up to the voters.
Well, we've seen a lot of horses in our time. Niatross stands out. Brett Hanover was great. We have never seen a more consistent horse than Cam Fella. Our congratulations to you, Pat Crow.
Thank you.
23 in a row as Cam Fella has won again here tonight. And right now, back to Spencer.
Is indeed the pacing machine. Cam went to the lead in 29-1. Carl Allen replacing his son Marty in the bike, then gunned It's Fritz to the lead at the half in 57-4, but It's Fritz didn't have anything left as Cam Fella regained the lead in 127-1 of the 3/4 and wins it going away in 57 with Armbro Aussie second, Miller Scout third, completing the OTB pick 4. A combination of D, B, F, and C returning $477.30. And this, of course, gets
Raceway, where it all began, where it is today, presents Racing from Roosevelt. Tonight, we will start with a third race big triple. Bring you pacing fillies and mares in the 5th race exacta. Then the 7th race, first half of the late daily double, and all of the action of the 8th race exacta finale to the OTB pick 4 and second half of the late daily double.
Looked out the window, it's raining, and the track listed as sloppy. 1A Abbey's Good Boy, Ted Wing replacing Cat Manzi in the bike. 2B is Major Suit with Michelle Lachance. 3C, Butch Dokie replaces Renee Poulin on Mississippi Transfer. 4D, Timely Thorpe, another driver change. Trainer Jocelyn Tremblay replaces Carmine Abatello. 5E is Captain Rainbow, Buddy Gilmore. 6F, Heisman with Jimmy Marone. 7G, Best of Eden, Sandy Levy. And 8H, Tip the Bottle in with Jerry Sarama. 8 pacers at it. We get the call from the incomparable Jackie Lee.
They're off on the outside. Heisman for the lead up the rail is Abby's Good Boy. In between them is Mississippi Transfer. Three of them go to the turn together. Up the rail, Abby's Good Boy has the lead. Parked on the outside, Heisman up there to challenge. Mississippi Transfer drops in the 3-hole. A gap of 2.5 lengths, and Captain Rainbow moves up 4th. They head down the backstretch toward the quarter pole. On top of the field now is Heisman by 1.5 lengths. Abby's Good Boy racing second, followed by Mississippi Transfer third. Gap of 2 to Captain Rainbow 4th. They're by the quarter pole in 30-1. Around the paddock turn they go. Top with the lead is Heisman by an open leg. Racing second is Abby's Good Boy, followed by Mississippi Transfer third. Captain Rainbow swings to the outside 4th. That's Timely Thorpe 5th. Best of Eden, Mississippi Transfer, and Tip the Bottle. As they reach the half-mile pole on the outside, Abby's Good Boy has moved to take the lead. Heisman back to second. Captain Rainbow moving on the outside third. Mississippi Transfer 4th. Major Suit on the outside 5th. The half-mile was in 1-2 flat. They head down the backstretch the final time. On top of the field is Abby's Good Boy. Captain Rainbow challenging on the outside. Noses apart for the lead. Heisman moves off the rail third. Mississippi Transfer 4th. At the 3-quarter pole, Captain Rainbow has the lead. Heisman parked on the outside second. Abby's Good Boy drops back third. They're by 3/4 in 1:33 flat. On the final turn they go. Captain Rainbow leads it. Heisman on the outside is second. Abby's Good Boy third. Mississippi Transfer 4th. Moving along the inside, Best of Eden 5th. They lead for Buddy Gilmore by an open length. Heisman second. Abby's Good Boy third as they straighten out and move inside the 16th hole. Captain Rainbow is home free for Buddy Gilmore. Captain Rainbow in front. Heisman second. Abby's Good Boy third. Under the wire, it's Captain Rainbow and Buddy Gilmore scoring an easy victory, a mile in 2, 3, and 4. Heisman second, Abby's Good Boy third. And now back to Stan Bergstein.
Owned by Charles Aracco and Joseph Vitale of Oceanside, New York. Buddy Gilmore in the bike. 5E Captain Rainbow wins and pays $680, $420, and $280. 6F Heisman, $560, $320. And 1, letter A, Abby's Good Boy, $260 to show, with a triple of 5, 6, and 1. E, F, and A, returning $184.50. We will be back to take a look at an interesting field of fillies and mares. For the 5th race exacta, 1A is Ask Me Nicely. Bobby Rankin drives. 2B, Cool Rain Chris, Jim King Jr. 3C is Tickle Your Fancy with Michelle LaChance. And 4D, Movie Starlet, shipping in from Louisville Downs, where she won in 1:59 and 4 and won 4 of her last 5 starts. Jimmy Marone driving. 5E Miracle Renee with Don Dancer. 6F Fancy Shotzi, Sonny Patterson. 7G Princely Shauna with Pat Crow. And 8H Precious Renee, Sandy Levy. Here is Jackie Lee with the call of the filly and mare pace, the 5th race. Jackie.
They're off out in the middle of the track. Movie Starlet tries to lead with Cool Rain Chris up the rail. Ask Me Nicely joins the leaders from the outside. Prince Lee Shauna. Around the first turn and down the backstretch, moving on the outside for the lead is Movie Starlet and Jimmy Marone. Back second is Ask Me Nicely, a gap of 2.5 lengths to Cool Rain Chris third. Prince Lee Shawn on the outside, 4th and going up. Along the inside, Tickle Your Fancy racing 5th. That's a Miracle Rennie 6th, followed by Fancy Shotzi and Precious Rennie trails this field. They're at the quarter pole. On top is Movie Starlet. Prince Lee Shauna challenging on the outside. The opening quarter in 30-1. Around the paddock turn they go. We've got a head-to-head duel. Prince Lee Shauna on the outside for Pat Crow. Movie Starlet at the rail for Jimmy Marone. They battle heads apart as they move through the stretch the first time. Along the inside, that's Movie Starlet parked on the outside, and driving for the lead is Prince Lee Shauna. Their noses apart at the half. Ask Me Nicely is third to the outside. Cool Rain Chris moves up 4th, followed by Tickle Your Fancy, Miracle Rennie, Fancy Shotzi, and the trailer is Precious Rennie. The half mile was in 1, 1, and 1. Down the backstretch they go. Movie Starlet leads it by half the length. Prince Lee Shawn has been outside all the way, second up the rail. Ask Me Nicely swinging up on the far outside is Cool Rain Chris. Down the backstretch, and Cool Rain Chris up to challenge. Movie Starlet going to take the lead. Cool Rain Chris now has the lead for Jim King Jr. They're by 3/4 in 1, 32 and 4. Round that final turn, Cool Rain Chris shows the way now by 3.5 lengths. Moving up on the outside, Tickle Your Fancy is second. At the rail, Movie Starlet back to third. Moving with cover on the outside, Fancy Shatsy fourth. They're at the top of the stretch, and Cool Rain Chris opens up a commanding 4-length lead. As they come to the wire, it's all Cool Rain Chris in front. Down the middle of the track comes Tickle Your Fancy. Cool Rain Chris in front. Under the wire, Cool Rain Chris holds off both Tickle Your Fancy and Miracle Runny to win the 5th race. 2 minutes, 4 3/5 seconds. Now back to Spencer Ross.
Okay, Jack, if you like hunches, remember the 3rd race winner in the rain was a horse that had the name of Rainbow in it, Captain Rainbow. And right here, you've got Cool Rain Chris. Number 2, OTB letter B, the Jack Jaco stables of Brunswick, New Jersey. The owners, Jim King Jr., the driver is 2B. Cool Rain Chris returns 760, 380, and 360 to show. Number 3, OTB letter C, Tickle Your Fancy second, $5.80 and $4. And 5E, Miracle Renee was third, $3.60 to show. Exacta 2 and 3, B and C returns $71.20. And when we return to Roosevelt Raceway, Stan Bergstein takes a look at the great Cam.
Right now across North America among harness riders. But the horse of the year is here at Roosevelt Raceway. He is the defending horse of the year, Cam Fella, and very possibly the 1983 horse of the year, which would be fitting if he were again this season. He has now won 23 races in a row, and he's racing here Saturday night. If he gets his 24th consecutive victory, he will equal Brett Hanover's modern record of 24 in a row. But that was done when Brett Hanover was a 2-year-old, and no open class pacer has ever won 23 in a row in the modern era. Cam Fella set that record Saturday night at Yonkers. The former mark had been 21 in a row by Overcall in his undefeated season in 1969. Cam Fella's also trying to go over $2 million in his career earnings. He's already won over $1 million this year. If he goes over $2 million, he's a very good shot at the all-time record which Rambling Willie set this year in surpassing Niatraz. So you can see Cam Fella here Saturday night, but we got a look at Cam Fella and are going to share it with you in his paddock at home in Ontario. And here he is, Cam Fella, and Norm Clement, the co-owner of the horse, is his pet German Shepherd, who is Cam Fella's buddy, as you will see here in the paddock. Slow motion of the horse of the year. The Shepherd closes in. Cam Fella takes a good close look at him and said, "Stay away from those heels or I'll give you one." Now, a look at why Cam Fella is known as the pacing machine. Here is this powerfully gaited champion horse in action on his training track. And here he is in action on the racetrack, and in a characteristic pose, spread-eagling a field and coming home for trainer-driver Pat Crow with the rest in pursuit. The first horse of the year was Victory Song back in 1947. That's when Harness Horse of the Year voting was started. Adios Butler won it twice, 1960 and 61, shown there with Clint Hodges. Brett Hanover with Frank Irvin. Neville Pride, a 3-time winner for Stanley Dancer, a year in 71 and 72. And of course, the great Niatraz and Clint Galbraith in 79 and 80. And Cam Fella last year, when he was named Horse of the Year, winning 28 races out of 33 starts. No Harness Horse of the Year had ever won 28 races in a single season until Cam Fella did it last year. Cam Fella, the pacing machine. And you can see this great champion horse here in action at Roosevelt Raceway on Saturday night of this week. Right now, we're going to take a look at the 7th race, which
Deal 2B, Logan Lee. 3C is Westgate Fella. 4D, Wicked Idea. Number 5, OTB letter E, is Sailor Lobell. 6F, Columbia Pockets. Number 7, OTB letter G, Stutz. 8H, Maple Lane Scott. Driver change there. Jim King Jr. replacing Bill Bresnahan, and Jack with the call.
They're off middle of the track. Westgate Fella, Wicked Idea, both for the lead. Joining them from the outside is Columbia Pockets. Up the rail, Don Byrne Ideal. They move around that first turn. Along the inside, Bonburn Ideal on the outside. Westgate Fella moving for the lead. Down the back stretch they go. Westgate Fella leads it now by full length. From the outside up to challenge for that lead is Columbia Pockets. They're up the quarter pole. Columbia Pockets on the outside has taken the lead up the rail. That's Westgate Fella back to second. Maple Lane Scott on the outside, close to third. The quarter mile in 30 and 2. On the paddock turn they go. Maple Lane Scott takes over the lead for Jim King Jr. Columbia Pockets back second. Westgate Fella tips to the outside third.